You know what time it is. It is OMA, one who may ascend. We're back here again for another live. Let's make sure we're good on all channels here. Make sure we're good. We are back. Costa Rica. What is good? What is good? What's going on? I appreciate y'all for joining us today. We only have so much time in the day here today, but I appreciate y'all for joining us. Uh, yeah, I know we're a little bit later than usual. We also have a meeting here in a couple of minutes, so I'm gonna see how long we can hang on here with y'all today. But I just want to touch base with y'all, let y'all know what to expect as we close out the year, and yeah, basically, let y'all know that I'm good. This is a live recording. So we're streaming here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So I appreciate y'all for joining us today. Like I said, we are live. What's good? What's up? What's up? We got Morrow in the house. What's going on, Morrow? You doing all right? What's up? What's up? Hey, Morrow in the house. What's going on, Morrow? I appreciate you for joining us today. We do these live sessions here on Mondays, usually about this time, a little bit earlier usually. Let me see. I'm trying to wave. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see. If I'm not able to wave, let me see about bringing you on. Let's see. Let's see. Maro was my homie. He was my roommate in Costa Rica with me, and we shared spots at each location that we were at and everything like that. Yeah, yeah, we had crazy ass time together in Costa Rica. Yeah, shit was wild. Shit was crazy, you know. But thankful to be here. Yeah, I hear you, Morrow. I hear you. Glad to know you're doing well, bro. I appreciate you for showing up. Um, Only gonna be here in a couple more minutes here. We're actually supposed to be shooting a new ad on Facebook and everything. Uh, it's starting to get dark out here earlier, so I'm trying to shoot that before the sun goes down and everything out here on the West Coast. It's starting to get dark like before 5 now, you know, so you can't even go outside for that long. What's good? We got Adrian in the house too. What's up, Adrian? Doing good, bro? Adrian and I, we just talked. What this past weekend? This past weekend. So, what's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well. I know, yeah, you probably just coming off of out of work and everything like that, right? Let's see, let's see, let's see here. I'm gonna start inviting people on because I ain't really got much to talk about, honestly. So, what's good? We invited Adrian on. What's up? What's up, Adrian?
What's up? What's up, man?
What's good? What's good? Hope you're doing well, bro. You doing all right?
Oh man, I got a case of you could say it, the seasonal allergies,
Oh
but
shit.
we're doing okay though. Just
Nah.
trying
Same
to
here.
manage, man.
I'm glad to hear you're doing well though, bro. Glad you're doing good.
Hey, you know what? I just got. I'm actually.
I'm gonna show you off here. Hey, we got Adrian. We got Adrian over here. You know, so I'm gonna show you off to the fam and everything like that. Make sure we promoting you and your and your writing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, tell the channel. You know, tell Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff, bro. What you got going on? Tell us about your new developments, bro.
So, I mean, like, so the new book is coming along. It's, I don't know, between work and trying to manage all balances and work. But I'm actually working on developing. I'm gonna start working on developing a social media presence. Trying to get back into the poetry game. I had a poetry Instagram for a while, but it kind of fell off. But I'm gonna try and get back on that, man, because I'm trying to get noticed for the whole writing game.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Starts one step at a time. One step at a time, man, and just
One step at a time.
Consistency. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So go ahead.
But yeah, well, so like I do have one book. I have it's an old poetry book I published about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And when I was still Walker Man, a trilogy. It's actually up on Amazon right now. It's about $10. It's not even pricey because trying to save people money. But
was that the one that you had shared with the group?
Yeah, I think I did.
Was it like a compilation of like poems?
Yeah.
Share that with the Facebook group because I don't think the Facebook group was around then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna do that. But I do have that out. I guess if anybody wants to read that, it's on Amazon. I also do autographs.
No, it always starts with progress, bro. Like people want to see journey. You know what I'm saying? Like even if, and I feel like this as an artist sometimes myself too. It's like, you might not be proud of something that you did like previously, but people always want to see like the journey, from like where did something start and where is something end, because it's always about your story, and like that's what we have as individuals, like you care about the story where something ends up at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think with me right now, I want to focus again more on disability life and just like talking about my story because I feel like man, disability is intersectional. Like not everyone has the same experience. It's very subjective, so I don't feel comfortable like writing a poem about somebody who's autistic, right? Because I've never really lived that kind of life.
Yeah, you want to tell your story.
That makes sense. I want to tell my story, so that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing recently because I kind of miss doing that. To be honest with you, when I was doing that, like I felt like fulfilled.
Yeah.
And like I like writing I'm working on my novel right now, but that's more like fantasy stuff, which I enjoy writing. But it's like I want to bring out a message. What I was doing before, I was bringing out the message of, I guess you could say, my people to to people who don't know the struggle,
Right.
Because with disability, it's like this is one of those things that nobody ever talks about. No one ever talks about like the struggles that are internalized because a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it. That's their right, but it's like, I feel, like I've always felt, is like the reason I'm here, I'm on this earth, I guess whatever you could call it, right, is like to share my struggle so that people will understand.
Right.
And for the people that don't want to do it or can't, voice their own struggle.
Right.
So that's something that I want to work on this weekend or next week because I got the break and everything. And I'm gonna start going to this like poetry slam place and trying my hand at that again.
Okay.
Because I went there one time and it was like really encouraging.
I used to go to those too. I'm gonna have to check you next time we're in Dallas together, bro. when I come back home and everything,
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, we gonna have to go.
yeah. It's called Heroes Lounge. It's like near the outskirts of Dallas. It's like as far as you can get from like
Yeah,
the suburbs from the suburbs. But it's like it was really invigorating, and again, I kind of miss doing that because and it feels like that's what I need to be doing besides just teaching.
right,
You know.
right. I mean, if you look at it, that is teaching. Look, you got somebody commented and said, AK Bowers said, just have fun with it, round. Do your fantasy, and at some point they can intertwine. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the important part though. Like, just have fun, and like you have to do what fulfills you, right?
Right.
So,
Well, yeah. I think the point of it, right, at least for me, is to get the reader thinking, right?
right,
I mean, it's sort of like what you do in a sense, right? Like you try to get your audience to like look beyond what am I trying to say? Like the parameters of like
just their personal
what they see.
perspective. Yeah, because that's a big part of like how I view life, right? Is like I see like all of us are like mirrors, right? And we each reflect, our reality, to each other. But without each other, we won't get like the full picture with like puzzle pieces, you know. And the more that you understand how all of us, work together, the greater idea that you'll see for like the whole, the picture as a whole, in general. So yeah, I feel like every story is important, So like that's really what matters. That's what matters.
And the one thing I want to tackle is like illusionment, man. You know,
What you mean by that?
because so when you think about it, man, it's like you look at it and you look. People are like they get divided. For example, on like race, right?
Yeah.
So, because I don't think I ever told you about my grandpa, my only one that I have. You know, back in like the days of like Jim Crow, right? Is like in Dallas, right? Like you had that one spot where like the Mexicans hung out, and then you had a spot where all the black folks hang out. So you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So everybody kind of stuck in their own kind, man.
Right.
And I feel in some certain ways, right? Like our society is still kind of segregated in some ways because, like, there's like, instead of saying like, okay, I understand, where you're coming from, where you're, or trying to reach out. It's like, oh no, man, like I'm just stuck in my
Right.
world,
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, no, man, it's like
you don't want to be empathetic and learn about the struggles that somebody else has. Right. Absolutely. We got a comment. I know you and I were talking on IG right now. We got a comment on Facebook from Willie Little say he was born in Texas too. His dad has a disability, so he could relate to what you're talking about, And tell me if I'm not mistaken, Willie, but I think Willie's a part of the group, so like he would love to hear what you have to say. I'm talking to Adrian right now. For those of y'all don't know, he manages our. He's in our Facebook community group, on Facebook with the Ascendants and everything like that. So shout out to Adrian.
I mean, shout out to you, man. You're the one that started the whole thing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do nothing without y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all help keep this thing going. Y'all give me momentum to keep going every day. So I appreciate it.
And see, that's the thing people need, man. They need to find community.
Yeah.
In each other. There's too much division.
Right.
And the thing is like even if like people have opposing viewpoints, people come from opposing worlds, it's like we gotta come together. We gotta find a solution. right? Because it's like, man, it just doesn't do you well to be ignorant, and we all get ignorant at times. But it's like, man, like you just, and about that, man. I just feel like everyone should follow their own path, man. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. She's a good friend of mine. She's in she's civil like me, but she lives in Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of a go getter like I am. She does her own thing, whatever. But she was telling me, like, with the single people, like, we should just be able to define our own autonomy, or wherever that lays, because so much of the narrative is focused on being normal, or we try to act normal so that people don't view us as disabled or whatever it is, right? And it's like, nah, man, like, it is what it is. What you got,
We got a comment here from AK Bowers again. About segregation is caused by the fact people are unkind. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, but and I agree with her. She said she made a point to learn and reach out to others and learn and grow. And a lot of people don't want to do that, So like, how do you even get past that step? How do you, break that like barrier down? So it sounds like she's saying like segregation starts in the mind, right?
Yes.
So how do you break that mental barrier down? From that point, it starts. Everything starts there. So.
Yeah, and well, she's okay. So she's kind of my mentee in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we know each other. By the way, we've been good friends. She's like a daughter to me. We've known each other for like 3 years. But in regards to that, I think it's just being open-minded. I think that's just part of the equation. I mean, and not, and being willing to confront our own biases. A lot of times we have implicit biases about people's genders or sexualities, or or stuff like that, right? And it's all fine and well to go to someone else and say, hey, you're a racist, sexist, or whatever, right? But to look inside ourselves and say, well, we are raised with these beliefs, and never challenge ourselves, that's kind of where you're kind of doing the service, right?
But how do you get them to that point? It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like, some people are born in this world, like they don't have to do anything. It's like, I don't have to do anything. The rest say some people actually live like that, and they think like that. Like, they'll go into this world and they'll go out the same way that they came in. Like there is no change. What do you do about that? Like,
you try to change the hearts and minds that want to be changed. I mean, that's what I basically do my whole life.
You can only focus on
I mean,
who actually wants
if someone's stubborn enough to stick in their own mindset, there's not really much you can do, right?
Right.
Like you're saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you just focus on what change you can make.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
What I've realized is that to combat prejudice is gradual. Right? I mean, it's kind of weird to say, but it's very gradual. It's not like, oh, we're going to eliminate, racism in 2 days. I'm going to do a big speech in front of Dallas City Hall, and then everyone's going to, realize, or all the, I don't know, you could say KKKers are going to think, oh, man, why was I, being a racist? It doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
It's like people have to come into that themselves, right?
Right. Yeah.
And if someone's not wanting to look inside themselves, there's not much you can do for them.
Right.
So, and I think that's kind of the beauty of the little community you've kind of created. You can say the Ascendance Group is that we got people of all different ages and races and everybody, but everybody comes together, you know.
Right.
And see, I've always said, man, that you know, family is what you make of it. They say family is all biological, but sometimes biological family ain't family. I mean, that's just unfortunately that's how it is sometimes,
No.
right? But family is what you make of it, man. It's like, I mean, and that's what I consider y'all to be. It's like, I don't know about other people. It's like that's just how it is. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what I think.
No, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with you. 100%. Big facts,
Yeah.
bro. Big
But-
facts.
But
You speaking
but,
truth
you know,
right
man,
now. We're
like-
gonna have you. We're gonna need to have you on live a lot more often, bro. Yeah.
yeah, well, you know, as long as you do it, was it around like 6 o'clock or 6 whatever? I mean, I'm down for it, dude.
That's
It's
a
just,
bet.
you know,
That's a bet.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
On Mondays, usually I do this a little bit earlier, but yeah, for sure. For sure.
But nah, man, that's the one thing I want to leave people with, man, is that, you know, we don't have to understand each other. Like, there's like, I mean, there are probably things about your life, right, that I'm never gonna understand because I'm not in your shoes, right? And the same goes for me. And that's what I realized. And if more people in the world could realize that, is everybody would be a lot happier, and there wouldn't be as much, you know, BS going around. And also the thing, man, you know, I was on my way to work one day, man, and there's this homeless guy, right?
Mhm.
And he's right near this little how do I say this? There's this little, you know, like when you go to a mall or something, they have little food stalls. Anyway, so I went there, and you know, every time I look at the homeless people, right? It's like, you know, man, I'm going like, look, you know, it's like, man, we gotta do more for we gotta do more for people, you know. It's like you know, I feel like in some ways, man, like, you know, I wish more people had like a support system behind them, right?
Yeah.
Because that to me feels like the key to success. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you that I would have never gotten here without my parents and my family, you know, where I am today. Now, I'm not just talking, you know, out the womb, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking like support.
Right.
Because there have been times where like I wanted to quit. And I wanted to sit there and say, well, you know, I mean, not that I think, I think this little, I don't think you're going to mind me cursing, but, you know, it's like, fuck it. It's like, you know, I'm just going to kill myself, or I'm just going to do this. And it's like, you listen to yourself and you're like, nah, like, you know, because you think about the people important to you.
Right.
And you think about the opportunities you have. And for me, it's like, I'm telling you like this, when I was growing up, man, I saw a lot of kids that were less fortunate than I was, man. You know, they got bones that don't work, arms that don't work, you know, their brains don't work correctly. I mean, that's kind of politically incorrect for me to say, but I mean, that's me being real about it. And it's like, you look at me, and it's like, you know, everything works pretty much, right? I got to go to school, go to college, do the whole thing. And it's like, what are you going to do with this opportunity, right? Are you just going to better yourself to where you got the money and the house and whatever and the means to having the nice living? Or are you going to better it for the kids behind you, right?
Right.
And with me, it's like, nah, man, I'm not content with just, oh, I'm going to make it better for me. I want to make it better for the kids behind me and my kids. Because it's just like, nah, man, you know, it's about time we start embracing disability, embracing where we come from, our ancestors or the people who've come before us, and say, no, this is who we are. There's no reason to be ashamed of it. And that just goes for anything. You know, your people, your ancestors, your you know, your community, you know? Does that make sense, Steve?
Your story, absolutely, absolutely. Your perspective on life. Big facts.
But
Big facts.
yeah,
No, that's good
but
shit, bro.
no, man.
That's good shit, bro. I'm glad we had a
Yeah,
chance to talk it up, chop it up, and
yeah,
relay your message, to our audience. And I can't wait to have you on a bigger platform, to relay that audio to a bigger platform. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you,
yeah.
bro. Ram, longtime community
I
member.
appreciate it.
Respect, bro. I actually got a dip. I might be
I got you.
shooting a video here, like I said, for an ad. But yeah, always good to touch base with you and connect. And we're gonna have to do this next Monday in more depth, where we don't have the time constraints and everything like that. But thanks
Yeah,
again,
man.
man.
Like I said, just hit me up, man. I mean, I think next week I'm on break anyway, so
Okay. That's a bet.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, let me know.
That's a
Hey,
bet.
yeah, if you want to do a podcast or something, we can just do it
Man.
like this.
Man,
I'm totally cool with that, yeah.
no, for sure, for sure, for sure.
But okay, just to make it short. Y'all can follow me on Instagram.
Get that
I
plug.
believe
Get that
it's
plug.
yeah. Like I think it's at Caracas point Nick underscore.
Spell it for the people.
CLACAS_15. That's my Twitter. My Facebook, I don't really give out because it's more for people who know me more personally. But Instagram is, I believe it's poet as in the poet, and it's Rolling Street. So I guess if anybody wants to follow my hot takes, you want to call it that, you can follow me there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
all right. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me on the call.
No doubt, no doubt. Got to do this again. For sure, for sure.
Yes.
But
All right,
so
man.
we'll be in touch. I'll talk with you. Let me know
We'll
if you
be
do
in
that
touch.
slam poetry thing.
Yeah. I'll have someone take video.
Sounds good. Have a good one, bro. We'll talk.
Have a good one. We'll talk.
Peace. Hey, so gonna bounce here. Like I said, I gotta shoot a video here in a couple of minutes. But yeah. So we do this usually on Mondays. Usually a little bit earlier. Usually we have more time and everything like that. But we're gonna tap out. We're gonna bounce here right now. Make sure you follow us on all platforms at One Who May Ascend, ONEWHOMAYASCEND. We'll be having vlogs that'll periodically drop on the YouTube channel about our time in Costa Rica and everything like that. Other than that, do what you do. Whatever you do you. After all, is what you do best. This is OMA, One Who May Ascend. Over and out. Peace, y'all. Stay up. We're going.